Hello, students of ecophysiology. I'm Dr. Devleena Pradhan, and I hear that you've been studying all about parental care over the last few days. I'm here to tell you a little bit about my research and involving parental care, and also about my path into research. So I realized that I wanted to pursue graduate school in my senior year when I started to integrate the information I was learning from my various courses. And I got the opportunity to conduct my first ever field study that I designed observing pair bonding in mallard ducks in parks in Vancouver, Canada. And I then went on to work on an honors research project on aggression and social status in a fish species called the tiger barb. And here I learned that conducting controlled experiments can take a really long time and lots of patience, and sometimes your experiment may not turn out to be the way you designed it. Because as it turns out that I stressed out my fish immensely and I wasn't able to answer any of the questions that I had set out to investigate. But it was then that I got interested in the effects that stress hormones that can have on our physiology. So after undergraduate, I spent a year working with Environment Canada, Department of Fisheries and Oceans, on genetically modified salmon. And after that, I joined Dr. Kiran Soma's research group at University of British Columbia for a master's, and this is where I learned a whole lot about steroid hormones and more biochemistry than I ever thought I would learn. But it turns out that I'm still learning more biochemistry currently, where I'm at UCLA now pursuing a postdoc with Dr. Barney Schlinger. And as my master's lab, he also works on songbirds. So, coming back to my doctoral dissertation, I worked at Dr. Matthew Grober's lab at Georgia State University. And Dr. Grober is known for studying sex change in blue-banded gobies. Today, I'm not going to tell you about sex change, but my research took me to Catalina Island where I pursued field work and I used scuba diving to capture fish from the ocean, bring them into a controlled laboratory setting. And when there are no predators around and lots of food, these fish display a variety of reproductive behaviors. And the most fascinating one for me was to watch male parenting. And once blue-banded gobies become fathers, they tend to stay very close to their developing eggs and they aerate them and rub on them and continuously until these eggs hatch. And actually, if they leave their eggs, females might enter their nests and eat these eggs. And this is quite common in a variety of reef fish. And also androgens don't tend to inhibit parenting. And this was kind of mind-boggling because usually androgens are known to be involved with aggression and not with parenting. So I hypothesized that it could be just androgen, this particular fish androgen called ketotestosterone, synthesized locally within the brain itself that might regulate the parenting behavior. And so by injecting a series of chemicals into the brains of these fish, we were able to alter not only the local levels of androgens and stress hormones within the brains of these fish, but also altered their parenting behavior. And so this was very interesting because we found that indeed the fish version of an androgen is involved in positive effects of parenting. And also that the effects of our manipulation happened just within an order of minutes. And so it's really fun being at the forefront of this new field of neurosteroid biochemistry and how that regulates behavior. And I have been given the opportunity to present my work in many places around the world, including the Netherlands, Australia, and Mexico. and of course Canada, but also in many different cities around the US. But the best part is that I've been able to involve a number of undergraduate students, not only watching behavior, but also adding to my experiments with their own ideas, and that has helped them being published. And it's very exciting to see an experiment start off from the conception and right to the very end. So I really hope that you can all find your passion in life. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. And thank you for listening to me. Goodbye.